Decided to do another live stream while I'm cleaning. I'm going to give everybody these shoes. I didn't like the fact that some of them have a little bit of bone attached to them, but I think they'll be okay. Here we are. Okay. Cool beans. There you are. There you are. Good job. Good stinkies. Good stinkies. You not like it? It seems kind of greasy. Not gonna lie. Seems a little greasy. What'd you do with yours? Did you drop it in there? Well, everybody only gets one, okay? Only one. I have to. Oh, there goes Raven. That's her. Goodness. Okay, we're gonna give everyone each one of these, and then I'll take my phone with me as I clean because I know somebody will try to steal it. I know they will. And Cass is here today. Hi, Cass. Hi, Cass. Are you here today? Good boy. Everybody's getting one of these. So let's go ahead and give these out. I'm gonna set these ones in here so the dogs don't eat them while I'm giving them out. Nirvana, do you want one? You better come here and get one. You might like these. You don't know yet. What do you think, Roga? You're gonna make me come in there. They're gonna make me come in there. All right, here I go. These things are so greasy. You want to try it? Do you not want to rub your face on it or anything? Maybe you want to rub your cheeks on it. Hey, Roka. No, that's what I have today. That's what I have. You don't like it? She has the same thing as you. Everybody over there is going nuts because they see I'm giving out treats. Here. What's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how it is. I've never bought these before, so they don't really know what to think about them. Ivana. Hey, Ivana. She's a pretty girl, huh? She's a pretty girl. Yes. You gonna lick my fingers? Yes, good girl. I don't know what you guys are looking at. I already gave you yours. Okay, and then we're gonna bury it. Okay. I'm coming. As fast as I can. As fast as I can. I'm coming. Hold on a minute. Let me open it so I can just go in there. Let's see what I've got. That's good. I'm trying to find a bigger piece for Ruin because he usually loves treats. That'll work. These two. Okay. Yummy. I already ate this morning and passing out some treats. You're gonna get stuck with that, doing that. Here you go. What do you think? Ruin is like the least picky fox. So, well, Relic's eating it, and she's kind of picky. Pretty good? I have 11 foxes. 10 was supposed to be my max, but I ended up taking in Raven. So she is my last one for now. Probably, like I'm currently not accepting any new, yeah, Riot was the first one. Not accepting any new residents currently, only on like an emergency basis. If there was a box that needed placement like urgently, I could offer temporary placement, but I'm pretty much at my maximum. Not due to lack of space or anything like that. It's just a lot. Boxes are very expensive. Well, not the animal themselves, but medical care. Yes. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are from fur farms. Rogue is, hey, Nirvana is, and then Ren and Ray are as well. I have all of their stories listed on my website, foxfriendsanctuary.org. Roca is the one over here, the red one. This is Relic and Ruin. Everybody has R names except for Nirvana. It's kind of our theme. Can I come check out a little bit closer what you eating? Is it tasty? If you like those, I can get you some more of those. I only bought 2 bags because I wasn't sure if we were gonna like them. But they seem to be enjoying them. Pretty yummy. I do have Instagram as well. It's just a lot to keep up with, all these social media accounts for me. I honestly wish I had someone to help me do the social media aspect because I'm not that great at it. And yes, Rogue was from a fur farm. He's the one that doesn't have a tail. My white one. And he came from a fur farm, I believe, in Minnesota, that when Michaela pulled a bunch of foxes. What? That's it. All right. I forgot I left that open. It's okay though. Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. Hi. Hello, boo-boo. Okay, let's go give everyone else their chew. Rainy's been waiting. Rainy's waiting. Okay. Roca was from a facility, I believe, originally in California. Not too sure about his background. He actually came from my friend's rescue that she ran in Athens, Georgia, before she died. And the only reason Roca and Nirvana are with me is because Nirvana didn't do well at a public facility over in North Carolina. I grabbed them. Hold on a minute, Rainy. Hold on, I'm sorry. Psyched her out. I grabbed it. No, okay, I grabbed it. Sorry. Sorry, Rainy. I thought I had taken them out of the bag. Okay. Let's see. That's kind of a small piece. Let me come in. Let's see what I got. She really wants to see. Okay. I'll seal my bag. I'm going to sit down here for a minute. Get a piece out. Mr. Wren. Or here, Rainy. My wrist is really something today. This one has a piece of bone. That. Miss Ray, you want to come down and get one? I don't know if I'm going to buy these again if they have bone in them. I'm not a fan of giving cooked bones, and some of these are kind of fatty looking. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm not really. You had two and you didn't even, you're just wanting to hoard them. No. No hoarding. Not allowed. Come on down. Stop trying to steal my entire bag. Stop. I see you. You're not sneaky. You're not sneaky. You're not sneaky. You're not. Ren, do you not want to try any? He's like, no, I had some fish this morning. I am good. Did you have fish this morning? Rainy, if you don't... I'm going to try to turn the camera around and see if Rainy's going to... Oh. You found the, chicken in my pocket. I was practicing recall with the dogs. Here. That's what you wanted? She's like, heck with your other treats, lady. Oh, turn around, turn around. That's what she wanted. Yeah. You're just gonna sit there and stare at me? Okay, here, let me grab one for you. I'm just gonna hand it to you. No, do not take my whole bag, Rainy, do not. You're stretching. Come here, you wanna come down here and grab it? Come on. Rainy. As far as expense, it's most of the expense comes from, in my opinion, the veterinary care. The enclosures are kind of expensive, but they are usually a one-time kind of purchase. But the veterinary care, especially with the fur farm foxes, can get pretty expensive, just because they are prone to so many health problems, and you have to have a exotic vet. I don't know what the point of that was, Ray. Look at you, you guys dug another hole. Ray really doesn't like Cass, so I'm assuming Cass isn't nearby. Alright, Ruger, I'm coming back, but I'm not going to give you another one. Can't give you another one, hon. And I can't give you another one because... Hey, that's rude. Stop being rude. There's nothing. I have nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. See? Calm down. Chill out. Chill out. You don't need another piece. It's too fatty. It is. Not too fatty in the sense that they're going to be overweight, but it'll cause stomach upset. What are you doing? You just chilling? You chilling? What are you doing? I think Raven's actually finally eating hers. Someone left the cord to their fan out, and somebody ate it. So Can I set my phone down in here? Huh, Mr. Rogue? Hmm? I do not have any treats. Come here. No, I said I don't have any. Don't have any. Whew. Somebody stinks. Somebody stinks. Try not to be so much of a jerk. Alright. Let me get the stuff to start cleaning up in there. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think he knows that it's yours. But is it though? Is it hers? Did you not like yours, or did she just take it? Let me see if I can set this here. Raven, I said let me see if I can set that there. Don't be a jerk. Oops. See if I can hold this up like that. That's not gonna work. Oh, and yeah, I did have 2 foxes that stayed for a while. Eva and Nils. They were just here for boarding. They went back home. You're a loud cruncher. I'm gonna set my phone down in here and grab the cleaning stuff. And hopefully Oh, you're gonna pee on it? Great, wonderful. That was wonderful. Okay, let's see. I can stop this. Can I set that there? Oops. Maybe? How does that look? How does that look? That's not gonna work. Hey, Mr. Rogue. Do not bite. I said do not bite. That was that was rude. Okay, maybe I'll just set the phone over here where I can lean it against the house or the post here. I think this post. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Didn't mean to scare you. Let's see if that looks okay. I think that is okay for now. I'm gonna go grab the scooper. Poop scoops. Beep, beep, beep. The foxes actually stayed longer than they were supposed to. but they were able to go home. I'm going to throw away this toy. Okay? Is that alright? It's not okay? Alright, well. No, get out of the bucket. I guess that toy is still, Raven said it's still good. It's still fine? It's just fine, Raven? Nothing wrong with it? Only it's just missing some insides. Alright, how about this one? Is this one done for? I've been seeing it just lay there, so I don't think you want it anymore. Alright. Well, she says she does still want it. Look at your house, okay? What did you do? Why is it sideways? Sometimes there's so much fuzz that I just can't pick all of it up with the big pieces. I'll leave that toy in here, I guess. That's what you want. Do not knock over the bucket. I'm about to put poop in it after this fuzz. Really? Is that not the same bucket I usually use? It's a different bucket. I usually use the orange bucket. I don't usually use this black bucket. I don't know why she's so interested in it. Girl. They're all just poop buckets. Get out of it. It's just a poop bucket. That's all. That's all. Just for poop. That's what it's for. It's no different than my orange bucket. It's just a different color bucket. How bad is inside of that house? I don't even know if I want to look at it. I feel like I didn't even do anything. Look at all that fuzz, and there's still so much. Oh my god. Okay. So I don't actually know if I ever did there's fuzz stuck in About Me video. I didn't know if anyone would actually be interested in me. So I never did anything like that. Basically, I used to work at, when I was 18, 19, 20. Oh my god. For a while I worked at a big cat sanctuary over in St. Augustine. And I worked there for a really long time. And I started to get really sick. But long story short, I fell in love with foxes. Ended up getting a fox of my own, which is Riot. Went to connect with other owners and realized that after 6 months, everybody was rehoming them. Didn't do any kinds of research about the animal before they got it. So, of course, once the animal hit puberty, they couldn't deal with it anymore. So I started helping people on rescues. And when my friend passed away, she was the one with the rescue in Georgia. Once she passed away, I just kind of decided to start doing it myself. just dedicating to foxes. She had a lot of smaller exotics, not just foxes, but I am just fell in love with foxes where I used to work. We had fur farm foxes that were completely, like, pretty feral. They had to totally sedate them to do anything with them. But I worked for like 8 months every day out there with one of the foxes named Foxy and Smokey. And well, there's 3, sorry, but Foxy and Smokey are the ones I really worked with. And after 8 months of work, one finally let me touch her. And then not long later, she ended up passing away, sadly. But nobody was ever able to do anything with them, so nobody really tried. So I spent all my time after tours working with her, to the point where she was actually able to be included in the tours, when previously she would just hide. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at explaining things. I'm really scatterbrained and I'm trying to pick up trash. I love their winter coats. Their summer coats are terrible though. Though supplementing with like some oils and stuff, their summer coats aren't as bad as they used to be. Riot's gets pretty rough, but I think that's just because he is an inside fox. What are you doing, Mr. Rogue? Sleepy? Okay, I think I'm gonna take this toy. This? We can get you new ones, okay? We can get you a new one, okay? We go through a lot of toys. A lot of toys. And some people ask me, why do you keep buying them toys if they're just going to shred them and destroy them? Why do I keep buying them? Well, the whole point is it's fun for them to destroy. It's natural. So I let them destroy it, let them have their fun, and then throw it away. Don't really see much poop, so I'm assuming they pooped all in the house. That's wonderful. It's gonna be great. I did have a couple of fennecs for a little while, also boarding before my friend passed away, before I had the sanctuary. And yeah, they're pretty wild little things. But most of the foxes that need placement are actually red foxes. They're the most popular species. And they're like really cheap and easy to obtain, so that's why so many people end up with them when they shouldn't. We also think fur farms shouldn't be a thing, of course. There's just no need. I'll say it over and over again. There's not a need. Don't get in my... Let me see up there. Ooh, it looks like there's some doves up there. There's some doves in the tree. Let's see if I can get them on video or not. It's probably going to look terrible if I try to zoom. There's some doves. Where are they at? I gotta zoom back out. I can't find them. I do not see them in the camera, but I see them. Anyways, I try to make the sanctuary a kind of like refuge for wildlife as well, but at the same time I do have a perimeter to keep other foxes and coyotes out, because I was having a problem with a wild fox coming in and fighting with Ruin. And Ruin had, you can probably see in some of the older videos I have, his eye got torn open, like the eyelid. So that was a safety hazard. And then I also had people trespassing. So that's a big reason why I got Ember, was from people trespassing. And I knew this because there would either be trash, or one time I had actually had somebody set a live trap, like a small one, on my property. And then they took one of my live traps that I have, and the reason I have live traps is because, you know, I can't catch some of these guys. But anyways, they actually took one of mine that was sitting, you know, over here, and set it out as well, trapped with food on my property. And I don't know what they were trying to catch, or what they were doing, but it was highly suspicious to me. I took their trap and I locked mine together so that they couldn't be used without the key. Since I've got Ember, I haven't had any problems, because I also had some problems with theft too. I have this double entryway where I keep like all my supplies. And yeah, we've had a couple of people, I don't really know their reasoning behind it, but just threaten the foxes. Nobody's actually done anything, thankfully, but I really needed a guard dog, so I got one. And he's great. He's wonderful. It really became a priority when I found out people were stealing, and I was in the hospital when they were doing this. Riot is probably, I'm guessing, inside on the bed. That's where he usually is. I know sometimes when I post him, all he is like laying on the bed, but probably 95% of the time, that's what he does. And I don't want people to think he's like locked up in there, because he absolutely isn't. He just is very lazy. I'll take this over here. What? He'll be happy once the trash is out, I promise. And I don't think he cares, but you know. Sometimes we joke that Rogue has become entitled, because he he came from the fur farm, and he used to just eat anything I put down. He'd eat it all at once. And now he's so picky that if he doesn't like something, he's just like, no, I'll just leave it here and wait to see what else you have. Yeah. He doesn't like fish. All of my foxes like fish except for him. I think someone asked a question and I missed it. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, Cass isn't Cass definitely isn't guard dog material. I'm sure if people didn't know him, they might think that he looks kind of intimidating, but he's also 10 years old. Cass is very mellow and non-threatening. He might bark at somebody, but he's not. He's not intimidating at all. And plus, my dad had his dogs on this property that were German Shepherds, and everybody knew that they wouldn't do anything. So I also didn't trust them thinking that Cass isn't going to do anything, and he's not going to do anything. So you'd literally have to force Cass to bite somebody. You just gonna take a nap, buddy? I'm interrupting nap time. Okay, let me see how much poop is in this house, because I don't really see any elsewhere. It's the same thing. It's the same thing you've been had. It's the same. I didn't change it. I just moved it. Yeah, see, it's the same. I didn't do anything to it. See how much poop is in this house. Not really that much, actually, surprisingly. What am I doing to your house? Can I get the poop out? For some reason, every time I try to scoop the poop out of this house, she doesn't like me to. I might just have to move the house. That's just too complicated. I'm moving your house? I am, because you guys keep pooping in it. I tried to think of ways that I could get them to stop pooping in the house, and she ended up, sorry if this is a weird view, I'm just trying to slide this out of the way, and she ended up just trying to put a blanket in there, and she just yanked the blanket out. It immediately didn't work. Thought if maybe they had something soft, they wouldn't want to poop here, but you know, that was a failure. Nobody wants to see poop. Nobody wants to see your poop, Raven. Come here. Where are you going? I'm almost done with this. There's not a whole lot underneath here, which is surprising because I usually do it every day. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, technically everybody poops in their house. I missed one. I just mean, this is their shelter here. It's like essentially pooping in your bedroom. Oop, sorry. Why do you poop there? You moved again? Oh my gosh, I can't get it on the dryer. It's for sleeping. But I mean, technically, they don't even use the inside other than pooping because they have a roof. So usually when it rains, they just lay on top of the house. Sometimes they stay in the tunnel. But I didn't do anything. She's got to inspect to make sure everything's okay. Watch her poop in there. I swear to God. Is that what you're about to do? If the camera quality is seeming bad, I might just have a poor connection. Sometimes I don't get the best connection out here. And I surprisingly think that was all the poop. So I'm gonna... I missed a few fuzz balls, but you know, she still has the toy and she's gonna keep ripping it, so. Time to dump this and move on to the next one. I didn't do anything different to it, Oregon. Nothing. I don't think I really have like a favorite species of fox, but I do really like the bat-eared foxes. And what are you doing? Okay then. I think the bat ears are great little guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen bat-eared foxes, but I love them. Whoops. I'm the best at this, obviously. When they do start shedding, you can see some shed right here, actually. I do pick it up because otherwise well, you see they rub on the fence. I'll show you here. They rub on the fence like this, and that gets wrapped around the fence, and then it gets wet, and it actually ends up ruining the fence. So I try to sit here and peel it all off. I'm not going to do that now, but I do. I came up with this thing a few years ago, a while back, actually. This one needs replaced, of attaching brushes like this with zip ties, and then they just rub on the brush themselves because they don't let me brush them. So they brush themselves. They rub along this fence line and brush themselves. I actually need a few more brushes. This one's getting rusted, and if you don't get it on the fence nice and tight and good, they'll just destroy it. Roca and Nirvana, not so much, but yeah, you can see here's a bunch of Roca's hair. I didn't say Roca, but hi, Roca. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I see. Look at you. Pull some more hair out your butt. I know. Everyone's looking at my bucket because it's different. It's not the one I use, but it's okay. It's just a bucket. It's just a bucket. Roca and Nirvana usually have the most poop, surprisingly. But I think it's because when I have like family or friends help me and I have them scoop poop, they're like, I can't find it. You know, you look at the ground and the poop looks like, you know, the ground. These things look a lot like poop sometimes. Yeah, eaten pine cones. The trick is to find the poop, well, at least in the warmer months, is to look for the flies. You find the flies, you find the poop. The flies are much easier to find. But also I like to tell people it's a good thing you don't see the poop, because that means I must be doing something right. Get all this hair out. Sometimes I don't bother to pick up the hair, but sometimes I do, especially if it's going to be wet, because it ruins the fence. And do we eat Santa's arms and legs? Let me see, does he still squeak? Oh, he still squeaks. You can keep him. Oops, I didn't mean to hit you in the head. You can keep him. No? It's like, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. Alright. I'll finish my job. Let's see. See any poop? They usually don't poop on this side, actually, where he's laying. They either poop in front of the door or over here. My foxes aren't terribly active. A lot of them aren't, especially in the middle of the day. They are more active in early mornings and sundown. The rest of the time, they just sleep. They get bursts of energy. I just try to keep them with all the shelves, and I try to keep them active with all the shelves and platforms, and puzzle toys are great enrichment. Fox zoomies are the best. The best. You know, I said that they usually have a lot of poop in here, but I'm not finding any. Come over here and see. Not even on your shelf. Oh, a little bit on the shelf. Oh, here's some. Let's see. Oh, hey, you want to come see what's in my pocket? Look. Roka, look. Want some? Nirvana. Look. Look what I found. No, Roka. Mana. Come here. What did I found? Ooh, yummy. Nirvana's very picky about her treats. She either, she usually just buries hers. She's trying to find a good spot. I always know it's a good treat if Nirvana eats it right away. What? That girl. Silly girl, look at this hair on this post. The favorite treat around here is chicken jerky. They do not get any biscuits, mainly because they're so high calories, and they don't really care for them anyways. The favorite is chicken jerky, but not dog treats, but a treat for them that is their absolute favorite, everybody's absolute favorite. I call it fox crack, is chicken hearts. They will lose their mind over chicken hearts. They love chicken jerky too, but not as much as the hearts. And it's great because a local store carries them, and I'll just buy like tons of them and freeze them. But that's how they get their flea medicine, is I stick it. The flea and heartworm medicine is NexGard Spectra. I just stick the little tablet in the chicken hearts, and they eat it so fast they don't even realize. The only one who doesn't is Ray. Sometimes she like chews it and she's like, ew, you put something in here. But it tricks most of the foxes. 10 out of 11 ain't bad. Are you bored? I know it's boring. It's a boring time. I have had foxes for almost 8 years now, when Riot turns 8 in March, end of March. But I've worked with foxes before then. A few fur farm foxes. Actually had more experience with the tigers, but I'm not gonna have a tiger. It's just not me. Plus, I don't think I'm rich enough to have any sort of big cat. And I'm really thankful for our veterinarians. They are absolutely wonderful. So happy to have them. A good vet, when having foxes, is super important. When Roxy hurt her tail and the vet wasn't in, I'm able to send text and pictures to my vet so he can review them there. And that way he could tell us if it's an emergency. We can go to our emergency vet we use, which is Exotic Bird Hospital. They're great there too, because they always have somebody that answers the phone, no matter if they're closed or not. They do still have an operator, which is wonderful. The only problem is they are like they're like an hour away, so it's not too bad. But if it was like a really bad emergency, that's what frightens me. So I really hope that nothing like that ever happens. And I know the poop in here people usually can't find because it's usually smushed. See it right here? Probably not. Everybody's checking out my new bucket. It's not a new bucket, it's just not the one I use. And yes, you do have to have permits. I'm in Florida, so Florida requires a class 3. And there's 2 different types, which is a personal pet. Those who have just like, basically what it sounds like. A personal pet, a fox as a pet, would need one of those. It's actually a free license. It lasts 2 years, I believe, now. It used to only last a year, and you renewed it every year. And basically you have to fill out a questionnaire that shows you can meet the animal's basic needs and the requirements of the state. These enclosures, to me, they're not huge, but they are way bigger than the state requires. The state only requires 8 by 6, by 6 foot tall. And these are 20 by 20, and 6 foot tall. Taller in other spaces, but they're like over 8 times the state requires. 8 times the size. And yes, there are inspections. I'm not sure if they do it with the personal pet permits or not. They used to occasionally, or like do it the first time and then they didn't come back. But with the permit I have, it is annual. I have an inspector that comes out, and he really, he's a really great guy too. We obviously always pass. He's like, yours goes way beyond any of the ones I've ever seen, so it always makes me happy to hear that we do good, because I try, I really do. Let me see what the battery is on my phone here. 40%? Not bad. Oh, let's see poop in here. Let's see, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. me bring my bucket over here where the poop is. But usually, let me check right there real quick, Relic. So, the Florida law does require you to have permit or have a enclosure. Like I said, an 8x6x6 is the minimum requirements. But I don't know, like, if that counts, if they're inside or outside. It doesn't actually say the animal must be outside. It just says they have to have a minimum space requirement. So I would assume that if the fox is in the house, like in the case of Riot, they told me that was fine. Never gave me any problems. Somebody actually did call before I had all of these foxes. I just had Riot, and tried to say that I was keeping him in a small confined space in my house, and I don't know, I guess they were saying that I was treating him poorly, and he needed somebody to go check on him right away. They called FWC. So FWC came out, and I actually wasn't there. My cousin was there at the time, and they were like, you know, we need to see, this is a welfare check, you know, for the fox, and we need to see him right away. And she was like, okay. And they walked in, they seen Riot on the bed. He laughed, and he's like, you guys are good, and left. Like, there's obviously nothing wrong. Some people just don't believe foxes should be inside, but that's where Riot wants to be. So, that's where Riot chooses to be, and that's where he will stay. I've tried to have Riot outside, and Riot was raised inside as a pet. He doesn't know any different. When I try to keep him outside, he literally injures himself because he's so scared and he wants to come back in. So, you know, I'm not going to force him to do something he's not comfortable with. Just like Roxy. Roxy sometimes thinks she wants to go inside, so I let her inside with the gates up where she's not peeing on everything, and she gets scared and wants to go back out. But she does it all the time. Thinks she wants inside, and then she doesn't. I can actually start after I'm finished with this. I'm not allowed to rake right now. I'm still on like restrictions from after my surgery. A couple of people keep trying to call me. I'll have to call them back. But yeah, after I leave here, I need to let Roxy out to run. So also, Roxy and Riot are the only ones that can come like out of, you know, the house or the enclosure, what be it, because they are specifically trained, and I trust them not to go over a fence. Now I would say I would probably trust Ruin, because I highly doubt Ruin would ever go over a fence. I don't think he knows he can climb. Same thing with Rogue. And that's about it. The rest of them would absolutely get scared, climb over the fence, and immediately regret their decision. Here, do you guys want this chicken in my pocket? Here, I got it for the dogs, but you guys can have it. Look, look, look. Miss Ray, there's not even a dog following me. The dogs are laying down. And Ren usually isn't this suspicious, but they act extra suspicious when anybody's here, or even my dog is here. Cass doesn't usually like it out here, so I don't usually bring him out here. Don't choke yourself. You have to chew it. I'm just sitting down, dude. I'm just sitting down. I gotta sit down for a second, like, honestly. It's getting to me. It's getting to me. Today's a better day, but honestly, I can't stand for very long periods of time. So I'm just gonna sit in here for a minute. I only have like 3 pieces left here. Since you were such a good girl today, Rainy. You were such a good girl. Yeah. Mr. Ran, are you looking for another piece? Rainy, please let them have some. It's not all about Rainy. I swear, the silver foxes have the most attitude. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like that coloration, I don't know if it's coincidence or just, but in my experience, 8 years with foxes, 8 plus, because I've, worked with foxes beforehand, but the silver foxes have so much more attitude. Come here. Miss Ray. There you go. I gave it to her. That was my last piece. There actually are gold foxes technically. Nirvana's coloration is actually considered Dakota gold, they call it. Foxes come in many, many colors. Red foxes do. I don't have that many colors, but I think Michaela has a lot of different colorations because she gets hers from the fur farms. What are you doing, Rainy? Try to sneak up behind me. I don't have any more in there. There's not any more in there. Let me double check. Nope. It's empty. It's empty, Rainy. See? None. Gray foxes are wonderful though. Like, honestly, if anyone was ever actually wanting a fox as a pet, and they were of course willing to put in the research. I'm not against foxes as pets, obviously. I have a fox as a pet, but it does take, oh, what happened? It does take time, energy and money, and you have to, know what you're doing. But out of all of the fox species, it seems to me that the grays are make some of the best pets, in my opinion, because they're not quite as nervous, I feel like, as the reds are, despite the reds being bred selectively for many, many years. It just seems like the grays are a bit more social just naturally. There is nothing in my pocket. Nothing at all. I checked, Rainy. I checked. Do you want me to show you? I was reaching over to show you. Look. Nothing. Don't eat it. Don't eat the pocket. Let's see. Nothing left. Nothing. How'd I know you were going to do that? I know you. I know you. It's kind of sad to me sometimes how Rainy is a little bit skittish because she was so good. I used to take her everywhere I could with me. And I actually had planned to socialize Ren and Ray the same because I got them so young. But I I got really sick and was hospitalized for most of 2020, and it just, somebody else was caring for them, and they didn't spend, a fraction of the time that I did with them. So does it make me sad that they're like this? Yeah, but as long as they're happy, I don't have to touch them. I'm gonna do your poop in a second. Miss Ray, what was you wagging your tail about? I don't like how the sun hits this enclosure. It makes it so bright in here. Nothing is in there. I told you. Nothing. Oop. And yeah, I don't really mind sharing a lot of my health issues with others. I know some people are, they want to be more private with that information. As far as what happened in 2020, essentially they don't really know, to be honest. But I was starting to feel even worse than I usually do. And I went to the hospital here locally, and they were like, oh, we don't really know what's going on. You can try these antibiotics, go home. And my blood work started to look worse and worse, and they couldn't figure out why. Finally, I went to Mayo Clinic, just like begging for help, and they found this thing called MAC. It was an infection in my lungs. It's actually a bacteria from birds, and it's a really, really common bacteria. The strange thing about it was it doesn't usually make people sick. But it made me really sick to the point where, I had trouble breathing, and I had trouble doing a lot. I couldn't do hardly anything. I got so fatigued. They took a lung biopsy because they still didn't, before they knew it was MAC, and my lung ended up collapsing, and I had to go back into the hospital. And it had progressed so much by the time they found it that I had to be placed into an induced coma because I kept seizing. The problem is, like, the bacteria is so common that our immune system should be used to it. It's a very slow growing. So your immune system usually is like, takes it out, no problem. But for whatever reason, mine didn't fight it. And they found out I don't really have an immune system. But anyways, I couldn't fight it. So it was in my lungs, it was in my bone marrow, it was essentially everywhere. It was in my blood. So I had to do a year course of antibiotics for that alone, after I got out of the hospital. It was 3 different types of antibiotics after the IV antibiotics. And even now I have to be on a prophylactic antibiotic because they're not sure why I even got that infection to begin with, And since I guess they're called IgG, IgA, and IgG levels, which is your immune system, your immunoglobulins, all of those were low, like really low. I get this thing once a month called IVIG, which is essentially kind of like blood plasma. It's made from blood plasma to sort of, I'm basically borrowing other people's immune systems. But yeah, we did like so many tests. What is it? And it was hard because in 2022, not 2022, I mean in 2020, they also had like a lot of people who had COVID. You know, COVID was really, really bad, especially in the hospital setting. And my main problem was with my lungs. And I had, if you looked at an x-ray, I had what they call the ground glass opacities. Brandy, don't take out my hair, please. She's on my head right now. I'm gonna turn this. I had the ground glass opacities in my lungs, and so they kept swearing it was COVID. I cannot tell you how many COVID tests I've had. I never had COVID. I've still to this day never had COVID. You little weirdo. She's scent rolling on my hair. Don't eat my eyelashes, okay? I haven't had COVID, but I did get the vaccine per advice of my immunologist. I can't get any live vaccines because of my or modified live vaccines because of my immune system, but they told me the COVID one isn't like that, so it was safe for me. I had it done in my immunologist's office, and I had tested positive for the antibodies. She said it was likely from the IVIG, actually, because blood plasma donors that had recovered from COVID were essentially giving me immunity to COVID, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, I definitely recommend anyone that can donate like blood plasma, they should do it. You're also usually paid for something like that. That's usually a paid donation. I like to joke to my friends and stuff and family when they always are like, you're always sick and out of the hospital and stuff. I just joke that it's just because, you know, I'm too powerful, so I have to die or almost die every other year. Because I swear every other year something happens that just almost kills me, but I live. So. Like, I don't know, you guys have no idea. even just last year, it wasn't bad last year. The only thing I had last year was like in March, I had some pretty bad bleeding ulcers. Had to get some blood transfusions. And those things are so painful. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can scoop this poop now. Oh, but I'm doing a lot better than I have been. I don't mean to sound like terrible. I've been managing really well. Is the thing. Usually the only thing that takes me out is something that's really bad and they have to put me in the hospital, which I hate. Hate it, because then I just hate being away from these guys. It's like I'm the one with separation anxiety. And plus being away from them, I spend so much time with them that if nobody's here to spend time with them, they start getting destructive because they don't have somebody to, or I shouldn't say they don't have somebody to spend time with them, because they do, but they just don't want to spend time with anybody else. And I try to have them do the puzzles, but a lot of people don't want to sit there and fill the puzzles. It's pretty time consuming. One of my biggest problems is I can never tell, because I feel bad all the time. I can never tell when I'm really sick, because it just feels like a bad day to me. So, like, I literally, my lung collapsed, and I was like, I feel like I need to lay down for a second. And I just laid down and went to sleep. And then when I woke up, I couldn't see. Like I was blind. Okay. I think I got most of that poop. That's really stinky, though. Oh my god. That is really stinky. My back hurts. This is the last thing I'm doing for now is finishing up their poop. Let me see. I'm probably going to run when I walk over here. Oops! Oh no! One thing I love personally is found all these slides actually on the side of the road. But I love them because once they figure out how to use them, they love them. Rogue especially, he makes me happy all the time, because, you know, imagine going from a fur farm and then having your own little, like, lookout and slide and dig pit. Any poopies over here? Wait. Ow. Hurting. If you guys want, as soon as I'm done over here, I'm gonna go back in the house for a little bit, and then I'll probably come back, let the phone charge a little bit, and come back on and let Roxy out to run. I'll show you how we do that. What in the world? Oh, it's a toy. Okay. I think that's it for in here. Okay. I think that's all. It's hard to tell sometimes once it rains, and the dirt kind of just becomes mounds of hard mud. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop it and maybe go film Rex. Come here, buddy. You want to go say bye? Here, come here. You look so sleepy. Are you sleepy? You look so sleepy. Come here. It's just the sun in his eyes. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna probably give my phone a few hours to charge and let me rest for a minute. And I'll let Roxy out to run. And you guys can see Roxy and Riot. So don't have a set time. I'm just gonna come on, and well, I would estimate like 3 hours or so. Give me some time. Thanks for tuning in again, you guys. Bye.